Hi everyone, it's Barb with Bows on Edge. Hope you're all doing well today, and thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I really do appreciate it. Here at this channel, you're going to listen to stories about child abuse, child sexual abuse, child neglect, pedophiles, filicide, trafficking, kidnapping, murder, and sexual exploitation, among other things. But you get the idea, right? Um, yeah. It's going to be some not so pleasant things to listen to, but um, today you're going to hear about some children that were killed either at the hands of their own parents or caretakers that were supposed to be responsible for them at the moment. Um, so we're going to start up with a story about a 20-year-old mom who drowned her baby as she couldn't enjoy her bath. The baby kept making noise. This lady couldn't enjoy her bath time. So, well, you're going to find out. So, 20-year-old Esperanza Ray Harding is accused of drowning her 8-month-old son in a bathtub over frustrations that his crying was ruining her bath. She stated she put 8-month-old Mateo in the full bathtub and drowned him. She admitted, oh my God, she admitted to taking a picture of Mateo's body in the water on her phone, which the authorities recovered. That's kind of sick. You murder your child in the same bathtub while you're sitting, and then you take a picture of him. What the hell was the picture for? To remember him by at the hands of you of what you've done to him? Text messages between Esperanza and her boyfriend prior to the show text messages between the couple prior to the murder and showed Harding hinting at impending doom with messages like, "I'm about to do something bad," to which her 18-year-old boyfriend Edwin responded, "Okay, that's okay." Another message read, "He's doing too much crying. I can't fucking sleep. I'm about to do something bad. Please answer me. He's not going to be here much longer." In text between the couple, Edwin reportedly urged Esperanza to remain silent, saying, "If you go down, I go down with you, no matter what," likening him to her Bonnie and Clyde. Documents state that Esperanza took a photo on her phone of Mateo floating face down in the bathtub. The allegations suggest that after the murder, Edwin arrived and proposed. "The child is gone now, so now I want to marry you. The child was in the way." Allegedly, they then had sex next to Mateo's dead body. Esperanza stated her boyfriend wanted her to prove that he was her top priority, adding that he did not like her child. He wanted her to give him up for adoption. Despite their failed attempt at CPR, the couple chose not to seek emergency help, instead discarded the baby in the dumpster. Esperanza has been charged with second-degree murder on February 28, 2024, and Edwin still faces charges of aiding an offender. Okay, so here we go. Next one. Sabine Parish Sheriff's Office arrests couple for alleged rape of their child. Deputies arrested a couple after the father allegedly raped their daughter. Authorities said Justin Lane Prairie began sexually assaulting his now 14-year-old daughter when she was 12 years old. Allegedly, the girl's mother, Catherine Hippler Perry, allegedly knew of the sexual abuse and told her not to tell anyone. Authorities began investigating after the child reportedly told her teacher about the abuse. Detectives obtained arrest warrants for the Parrys and booked into the Sabine Parish Detention Center. He is facing charges of first-degree rape of a juvenile under 13 and molestation of a juvenile under the age of 13. Catherine, the mother, was booked into the women's jail, and she is facing charges of accessory after the fact of first-degree rape of a juvenile under age 13, principal to molestation of a juvenile under felonies. Nope, excuse me, molestation of a juvenile under 13 years, and failure to report the commission of certain felonies. The SPSO warned that according to Louisiana state law, it's unlawful for any person having knowledge of the commission of any rape or sexual abuse of a child to fail to report or disclose such information to law enforcement agency. I resonate with that story very well, of being told, keep your mouth shut, don't tell anybody, pretend like it didn't happen. I get all that. I don't get the person who's saying it. They need to rot in hell. But I understand the child's point of view, let me put it that way, how that child feels. Next one is police officer allegedly raped a 13-month-old who suffered broken bones and severe bruising. In Lycans, PA, 28-year-old police officer Stephen Cugini has been suspended from duty after he allegedly raped a 13-month-old girl in his care, caused severe injuries. According to a report from Pennsylvania State Police, members of the Lycans Patrol responded to a report of severe bruising to a 13-month-old caused between April 11th and April 15th. The victim was transported to Hershey Medical Center, where medical staff determined the child had sustained broken bones and severe bruising. The child suffered a broken tibia and fibula, and medical professionals also noticed the girl showed signs of sexual violence. The child's mother told investigators the victim fell during bath time. Come on. Was she trying to hide for this guy, or is she another one of those parents that sticks up for the guy? The mother reportedly went on to provide implausible explanations for several other injuries to the little girl and said the family dog caused the child's bruises. Police identified Stephen as a suspect, and during an interview, he told investigators he changed the girl's diapers, bathed her, and she suffered injuries in the bathroom. The girl's mother also told authorities that Stephen locked himself in the bathroom with the girl, and she could hear loud sounds and crying. Stephen ultimately confessed to police the girl sustained her injuries while in his care alone. Stephen's relationship with the child has not been mentioned, and suspect faces multiple charges, including rape of a child, aggravated indecent assault of a child, and aggravated assault. These stories get depressing, people. I'm putting several of them into one video just to make the video longer so that I'm not just doing 2-minute stories for you. But just listening to all these, I don't know about you, but they make me sick to my stomach. It's awful to know that there's this many piece of shit people out in this world who do these things to children who can't fight back. Don't do them to children at all, even to ones that can fight back. But little babies, give me a freaking break. So here's one where 5-week-old twins beaten to death by their own parents. Angelina Belinda Cauldron, 21 years old, and Fernando Vega, 21 years old, from Houston, Texas, have both been charged with 2 counts of an injury to a child, serious bodily injury. And after reviewing the results of an autopsy, police discovered that their 5-week-old twin girls had sadly suffered multiple bruises and fractures that medical professionals surmised had been caused by a series of blows with a blunt object. How do you beat a 5-week-old? How do you beat two 5-week-olds? People. Just a week after her twin daughter's deaths, Angelina started a GoFundMe page. Understandably sympathizing with the parents, people donated over $1,200, completely unaware of the shocking allegations that have since come to light. Police are now saying the girl's dad, oh my goodness, people, my mouth ain't working. Police are now saying she and the girl's dad are responsible for the infant's deaths. So her and the boyfriend both beat 5-week-old children. Houston police arrived at the home of Angelina Fernando on October 4th, 2023, following an emergency call. Once inside the property, the authorities made the heartbreaking discovery that Misael and Morena Vega had tragically passed away. Fernando Vega informed the police that after taking his mother to work, he found the babies in their crib not breathing. He claimed he left his grandmother to look after them while he was out. You're going to blame a defenseless old grandma for beating two 5-week-old twins. The hell is wrong with you? He informed police that another family member and he attempted to perform CPR on the children. Saddening court reports revealed that the innocent babies were discolored and covered in bruises. A pathologist stated several injuries were noted on the first infant, including dehydration, contusions, and various body parts, as well as fractures indicating abuse. He informed authorities these injuries were inflicted intentionally, not accidentally, and should have been recognized and treated by the girl's caregivers. The second twin also showed several injuries such as bruises, fractures thought to be consistent with physical abuse, and the doctor emphasized these injuries were not accidental and occurred over multiple incidents. So what, like from the day these babies were born, they're just getting beat? According to the doctor, one of the twins' injuries were consistent with 3 separate events. The doctor updated police on April 18th with a cause of death for the twins, ruling it a homicide due to multiple blunt force injuries. Both girls were malnourished, with one showing evidence of acute brain bleeding, while the other suffered hemorrhaging of the brain, spinal cord, indicative of recent trauma. He clarified these injuries could have resulted from shaking or direct blunt force trauma. Court records claim Angelina and Fernando assaulted the infants with and against a blunt object and neglected to ensure their safety and supervision and failed to provide necessary medical attention and nourishment, and utilized a deadly weapon during the incident. That could be something as simple as their hand. Their hand can be the deadly weapon. A paramedic said the infants were discovered with discolored skin and no detectable pulses, along with bruises around their cages and arms. Angelina's sister refused to accept her sibling had anything to do with the attack, claiming that she had been at work, so she couldn't have been involved. The sister added, Angelina is one of the best mothers she knows, and several family members stated Fernando was the abusive one to Angelina. A court document shows that he was once detained for unlawfully restraining her, and however, Angelina's aunt is convinced her niece did not physically harm the child. She does insist that she deserves punishment for other things that the investigators found. Police say both girls were malnourished with some injuries believed to be days or even weeks old. Angelina and Fernando both are currently in jail waiting on $750,000 bonds. So, yeah, maybe she's not the one who inflicted the injuries herself, but she absolutely knew what was going on. She could have done something. I don't know, people. I don't I don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. Okay. Let's go for body found in duffel bag in Philadelphia, identified as 4-year-old report missing in December. Family members of 4-year-old Damari reported him missing on December 23rd, 2023, after not seeing the boy for several weeks. Dominique Bailey, the child's mother, stated he was struck and killed by a car. But police found no evidence of that. Police said on December 7th, Dominique confessed to watching her boyfriend beat her son to the point he lost consciousness and his forehead was swollen. After realizing the child was dead, she and Spencer placed the boy's remains in a trash bag and disposed of him. How do you physically put your child into a trash bag? Are there absolutely no feelings there? I mean, you watched a man beat the crap out of your child, and then you put that child into a garbage bag. Dominique never told police where they put the corpse. Law enforcement spent days searching for Damari's body but had no success. They believed his body had been lost in the city's trash system, never to be found. A worker came across a black Puma bag while cleaning an alleyway in the Mantos section of the city on March 18, 2024. Due to the smell coming from the bag, the worker looked inside and found decomposed remains of a small child. The body had been left abandoned for so long the police were unable to immediately determine the age, gender, and identity of the child. The corpse was eventually identified through DNA testing. And that's how they found the parents, through DNA testing. Absolutely disgusting. So they didn't put the child in their own trash bin. They put the child in a garbage bag and then a duffel bag and then left it in an alley. What was the purpose of leaving it in an alley? Don't know. Here's another one. Woman sentenced to prison for murdering her 3-year-old child with baby wipes. This is the third story in a row, too, that's out of Pennsylvania. Last one was Hershey, Pennsylvania. This one's Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. A Bedford County woman has pled guilty to third-degree murder and related charges and was sentenced 40 to 80 years in prison for killing a 3-year-old boy in 2022. The child was found unresponsive at 33-year-old Chelsea Cooley's home on May 28, 2022, with baby wipes lodged in his throat. Okay. The 3-year-old, who was Chelsea's boyfriend's child, was hospitalized and died a day later. The medical examiner's office stated that an adult strangled and asphyxiated the boy based on the location of the wipes and other injuries on his body. So you shoved baby wipes down this child's throat. Did you do it for the purpose of just shutting the kid up, or did you actually were trying to kill this child? Chelsea was the sole adult caregiver at home when the boy sustained his injuries. The facts of the case are horrific. Chelsea was responsible for caring for this child, and instead, she did the unthinkable. She brutally murdered him, a defenseless, innocent child. She murdered him. The Pennsylvania State Police investigated and filed charges, and the investigation revealed that Chelsea was home with the boy as well as other children at the time of the crime. The child's father, however, was working a 12-hour shift and reported the child was normal and healthy and heard screaming and a female voice. Hold on. The child's father was working a 12-hour shift and reported the child was normal and healthy when he left for work. On May 28th, 2022, a neighbor heard screaming, a female voice yelling, "Shut up," around the time investigators determined the child sustained the injuries. Chelsea showed police a photo of the child laying down with obvious injuries and unresponsive at 8:41 p.m., but she did not call 911 until 9:07 p.m., and she was hesitant to help the child as instructed by the dispatchers. That's all I'm going to do today, folks. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Also, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel. I'd love to get this page growing. But to subscribe, hit that thumbs up and that notification bell so you know the next time that I upload. And until next time, peace.